Hey guys, I'm April from Giggle Glitter Graphics, and this is my flip through of my ocean/mermaid journal. I've got a complete video series on this journal, as well as links to all the principles that I use to make it in the description down below. This journal measures, let's see here, about 5.5 inches wide by 8.25 inches tall. And the spine is about 2.5, just a little over thick. Stick my ruler over here. Got all these fun fabrics on the cover. I've added some charms. I've got an anchor and a ship's wheel and this little starfish attached to my button. Let's see if I can get that in there better. And a lot of great textiles kind of layered up on here. There's the back. And I let all this netting hang down. I just liked how it looked. It's not practical, but it made me happy. So I'm gonna get right into this, unwrap that, open up the front cover. I did do a video on this flip on the front cover, this envelope. This pops open. And I've added to it since then. So I've added, this is one of the papers. I've kind of turned it into a pocket. Let me see, let me grab something here to use as a, sea turtle. All right, so I've made a pocket here. Let's get back into frame. Got a pocket here. And this kind of flips up and down. I put Believe in Mermaids on the tab. And over here, we've got another little pocket that we made in a video, and I've added a couple of decorations to this tag in here. And here's my goodies for inside. I made a card to go inside. Added some text from one of my kits, a little bit of satin. There we go. And this actually flips open, and there is a little bit of writing space in there. And then the little stamp just holds it shut, right like that. We'll sit that to the side. And up here, I've got a mermaid card. Tuck those back inside. Flipping through, got this really pretty bubble paper. There's a shell-shaped doily back here, and I ended up gluing that down and collaging on top of it with this lock and key, and did a little bit of writing and some trim there. And here's a tuck spot I made out of one of the ephemera cards, and then this little card here has this really pretty iridescent lace on top. There's my octopus. Tuck him back in there. Mermaid. All this journaling space. Here, this is a piece that when I went through my signatures, I went over some of these more interesting tucks and folds and things that I did. So this was a piece of notebook paper, and I turned this into, it's a pair of envelopes. There'll be two. There's another one further in, and I've got a little card in here with a crab on it. This big rhinestone. Kind of made me think of treasure. Here's a pair of envelopes. These are the mandala envelopes, and I've put some fussy cuts in there just for fun. I like the dragons. I've embellished the little round circles there with seashells. And then these are also tucks underneath here. There's a pair of tucks underneath, so I could add some more things. This one also opens up. Tucked a fussy cut in there. Sand dollar. And oh, little turtle charm right there. There he is. Oh, little turtle. So cute. And these awesome dragons from the journal kit, Mysterious Waters journal kit. So this embellishment on this part of the envelope, we've got some burlap and a fussy cut and sequin and some washi tape just to decorate that flap. And inside, there's a big journaling card. Sea turtle on it. I didn't show you the turtle. There we go. There we go. A little stamping and stitching on this. Added some lace trim on this journaling page. One of those beautiful mermaid papers. I've got another tuck created with one of the ocean life cards. And this is an envelope from the Mandala envelope kit. Pop that open. And I did a little collage card inside of that. Just for a little something extra. This is a tuck spot here. My dolphin, ocean friends. Been trying to have fun with just doing a little writing here and there in my journals. And this is the other half of the doily. There are 5 signatures in this, and I think each signature had about 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only about 4 pages in each signature, kind of a mix of printed journal pages and some of these dyed papers, and then I layered a bunch of stuff on top of that, so they've gotten pretty thick. This is one of my nautical tags from that kit. And this pops open. And there's a couple pieces of ephemera in here. The ship's captain. I tried to play with textiles a little bit, and that was also a video in this series. Pretty seahorse card. And this is a big tuck here. Lots of room to put things in. And I've got shell and a button and some fun stuff on there, a lot of stitching. This was a paper bag. This is the one side of it, the other side is going to be coming up. There's a little journaling card here. I added a seashell fussy cut to that to kind of make a tab. More textiles, put that up so you can see it. I love this bubble paper. This is coffee dyed by blowing bubbles and then sitting the paper on top of the bubbles. It's super fun process. Seashell card. This whale and some of the text from the nautical tags kit. Did a little bit of, I bought some decorative scissors, did a little decorative cutting along that edge. And one of our mermaids. This is a tuck here. And these are really unusual sized shapes playing cards. They were kind of a long oval shape, and I used a couple of those in here as well. You'll see them pop up. This is a little tiny book that I made printing some of the Ocean Dream papers at, I think, 5x7. I printed them 2 to a page. And then I just put them together with, this is an index card, decorative punch. This was a piece of dyed paper. I stitched it, and there's pockets. There's a pocket here and a pocket on the other side. And I just layered these all up and sewed right up the middle. I made this cute little book to tuck into a pocket. I'm so happy with how that came out. Here's another one of those playing cards. It's the back side. I turned it into a tuck there. And the other half of the paper bag, I have a little coral tuck. Journal card inside the bag, a puffer fish on it. A little bit of blank space, give yourself a break. Room to add. I could have kept going forever on this. There's a cute little envelope here. Put something inside. I really could have kept going, but I had to stop somewhere. I was ready to kind of move on to a different theme. It's one of the Mermaid bookmarks from the Mysterious Waters kit. Added some vellum here and there. This is one of the papers printed out on vellum. tag. I went over how I made those in the video series that I made for this as well. Another one of my nautical tags. This one has a seahorse on it. And there's a couple of, I didn't decorate on the inside of this yet. Oh, this flips down. There's some extra space to add more pictures and things. So I've got a lot of room to kind of add into this. I'm gonna fight with this. There we go. I just had it bent. Pretty lighthouse picture. And that kind of dolphin postcard there. And these all closed with this kind of slotted little band that holds the tab down. A couple more fussy cuts tucked inside this pocket. Another one of those nautical sayings from the nautical tags kit. There was a whole bunch of sayings. I looked them all up and verified before I included them in the kit. Here's I layered fussy cuts with some more of those layered textiles that I did, and I just cut a strip out of the big panel that I made and then added those on, and I really like how that came out with the burlap. This is a fun little page. So I have a tuck here, and I've put a couple little envelopes inside. These are envelopes from the Mysterious Waters kit. But this is also an envelope that I made from half of one of the Mysterious Waters papers. I just took and cut the paper in half and folded it up into an envelope. I sewed it, added a little fussy cut and some stamps there to decorate that spot. And then it opens up and I made a glitter card with this octopus guy. And I really like how that kind of unfolds all the way. Thought that was fun. Added this tag, a little bit of stamping, and an ephemera piece from the kit, just combined there. And another fussy cut. This is a big seaweed fussy cut. And this ship. Oop, I've got some encroaching fabric over here. There's the ship. I tried to make the pockets really interesting. This is my centerpiece. I did do a video on what I did, how I cut my doilies to kind of make this mermaid shape. And I added, there is glitter in here. It's a little hard to see it in this light, but there's some glitter on the coffee dyed paper. And then I wrote ocean words all the way around the edges. And, oh, yep, there is a little mermaid charm here as well to kind of finish it off. Let me see if I can hold this up so you can see her. It's the back side of a mermaid. Hopefully you can see that. So I had a couple little charms tied in throughout. Another big tag and card. And that pretty bubble paper. I really had a lot of fun layering paper and textiles and things like that for this journal. And I used a lot of principles to do this, and then a few extra items like graph paper. It's a piece of doily, kind of like a tail, and some. I just love how this coffee dyed paper looks, so I left it blank. There's another one of those crazy playing cards, and I just put a fussy cut on it for fun. I thought that was kind of bold and it stood out. This is one of the mandala cards from that kit, the journal kit, and I added a ship fussy cut. Here's our mermaid. It's another tuck made from that sewn paper, and I added a little seashell and a button just to kind of finish it off. There's a little shell there. Let me get you close to all of those goodies. There's a lot going on there. Got another journaling card and bookmark. This one's made with fussy cuts and cardstock and stamps and papers and all kinds of things all layered up. There's our other mermaid. And then more of the same. Another mandala card from the Mandala Journal Kit. I love these center spreads. I like to just leave the artwork on these as they are. here. This is a pocket, and then I printed some of the papers as 4x6, 4 to a page on a sheet of vellum. So I have some vellum, and I just tucked that in. I liked how it was kind of transparent and it let the dyed paper show through. Also, I felt like these guys were kind of hanging out, like they're friends and hanging out inside this pocket. I don't know. I like to make up stories about these critters. Lionfish. This was just a white kind of plain postcard, and I added some bubble dye and collage and sequins and rhinestones and stamps and all kinds of things to that. There's that pretty bubble texture. And more of the collage paper that I made. This one I put a piece of ephemera on top and turned that into a tuck. This, I got crazy. All right, let's see here. Okay, lift this up. So we've got a piece of vellum on top of a piece of graph paper. Cute little crab there, and then this flips open. There's the other side of the graph paper, and I had painted my doily paper right on top of this, and then I used this because I liked how interesting the textures were. And then this is a combination of a pocket and a belly band from the kit to make a double pocket situation. And this all flips back, and this kind of tucks under there. Just a little bit, not entirely. It doesn't want to stay, but there we go. And we've got a bunch of layers here as well. Let me hold this up just a little bit. There's a mermaid, and then a belly band. I'm gonna have to sit this down. I need 2 hands. Belly band with a big starfish card inside. And then this flips open, and we've got some journaling space and this beautiful jellyfish paper and more of our textiles. These were attached to an index card, and then I cut off the pieces that I wanted to use and embellished them. And that was the video before this one. Super cool mermaid paper. Love her. Another tag from the nautical kit, and this one has this cool compass artwork in it and this interesting postcard. And again, there are links to all these printables that I used down below in the description. Did some ribbon here, there's a bookmark and a stamp, and a fish fussy cut. This I had some fun with. It was half of a journal page again, so I felt like journaling space. Cut this with wavy scissors, and then I've got a sea monster, and I love this sea monster. He just made me smile so much. I wanted him to kind of jump out at you. So there he is. He's a little surprise right in there. I love cutting these journal pages in half and using the graphic half for one thing and then the other half as journaling space, or turning them into envelopes, things like that, instead of just using them as pages in the book. Here's our center spread. We've got the octopus and the treasure chest, and I've got another ship's wheel and a starfish charm. Kind of see those. More journaling space, journaling card, and I did one of those pullouts, kind of like I did in the Spring Witch. So this accordion's all the way out, like that. We're getting super close to the end now. Let's see here. One of the belly bands, and here's another, there we go. This is the other half of, I think, the piece with the sea monster on it, and I just turned that into a piece of note paper and tucked that right inside the belly band. And I believe this is the last of the nautical tags. This one's got an octopus on it, some room for some writing or extra pictures or something like that, and this cool diving helmet. In this area, I did a little flip-flop situation. So I used one of the big decorative ephemera cards. I added a stamped piece of paper to it, some more paper, another piece of ephemera. So we've got this really big wild tab. There we go, hold that up so you can see it. Lots of layers going on. And this is another half of a journal page, and that flips up. And then we've got space to write or add more things. And here we are into basically the back cover. We've got a double pocket situation here. Whoop, full of fussy cuts. We got shells and sand dollars. Another one of those tags that I made. Get that back in there. And the piece of ephemera. Here's a mermaid ephemera, and I turned that into a pocket and tucked one of these locks inside. Let's see, I can flip that. And I used a piece of vellum to make a pocket on the back, and I tucked a couple extra pieces in here. One of those crazy playing cards in here, and a piece of seaweed and coral fussy cuts. And this is a very lightly textured piece of paper. It's got a little bit of a pattern to it. So just some extra bits and bobs for me to play with when I return to this journal at a later date. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my flip through of my Ocean Mermaid journal. This was so much fun to make. I really tried to brainstorm, try some new things, put a lot of texture with all the seashells and things like that in here. Again, all of the kits used to make this journal are linked down below. You can find them in my Etsy shop. And the video series where there's about 4 or 5 videos thereabouts where I show my signatures before I put them in. I show you how I make the cover. I work on some of these fabric pieces. All of those great videos if you're interested in the process of how I made this journal. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.